On a chilly morning in March 1965, Montgomery, Alabama, became a battleground for justice. The air was crisp, and the streets were lined with people ready to march for civil rights. This event was more than just a protest, it was a pivotal moment in American history. Thousands gathered to call for equality, demanding an end to segregation and injustice faced by African Americans in the South. The march represented hope, unity, and determination. Many had traveled long distances, driven by the desire for change. Among them was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a prominent leader whose powerful speeches inspired countless individuals to stand up against discrimination. He believed in peaceful resistance and fought tirelessly for the rights of those who had been silenced for too long. As the march progressed, the biting cold of the morning seeped through layers of clothing worn by participants. It was a reminder of how difficult their journey had been, both physically and emotionally. While many were bundled up, some like young Marcus Hill were not so fortunate. At just 16 years old, Marcus had made the brave decision to walk 10 miles to join this historic event. His heart was full of passion for justice, but his thin clothes left him shivering. This moment illustrated the stark reality of their fight, a struggle where sacrifices were made daily. The freezing temperatures highlighted the vulnerability of those standing for what is right. This chilling environment contrasted sharply with the warmth of human spirit and solidarity that filled the streets that day. As participants marched forward, they not only sought justice but also showed that even in difficult times, kindness and compassion can shine through adversity. Moments like these remind us that we are all connected in our quest for a better world. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was not just a leader, he was a beacon of hope for many seeking justice. As he marched through the streets of Montgomery, his presence brought energy and strength to those around him. He moved with purpose, guiding people forward with his powerful words and unwavering dedication to the fight against injustice. Dr. King understood that to inspire change, one must lead by example. His belief in nonviolent protest showcased his commitment to peaceful resistance, even when faced with harsh opposition. He encouraged everyone to stand strong and remain united, reinforcing the idea that together they could challenge the oppressive systems that divided them. His speeches echoed through the crowd, offering encouragement and motivating individuals to push beyond their fears. He often spoke passionately about dignity and equality, using his voice as a tool to uplift others and instill hope in their hearts. For Dr. King, each step taken on that icy morning was not just about making a statement but also about validating the struggles experienced by countless African Americans. As the march continued, he moved among the participants, greeting them with warm smiles and reassuring words. One could see how much he genuinely cared for every single person in attendance. It was clear they were not just followers but part of a larger family, unified in their quest for civil rights. This commitment to justice extended even beyond speeches and rallies. It was evident in small acts, like when he noticed Marcus Hill shivering at the front line. Dr. King's dedication wasn't solely defined by grand gestures but also by those intimate moments of kindness that showed true leadership. In that freezing cold, he wrapped his jacket around Marcus's shoulders, reminding everyone that love and compassion are essential components in the fight for justice. Among the many brave individuals marching for civil rights that chilly morning was 16-year-old Marcus Hill. Determined and full of passion, he had set out early, walking 10 miles to join the cause. For Marcus, this march was more than just a demonstration, it was a pivotal moment in his young life, a chance to stand up for justice and assert his belief in equality. As he made his way through cold streets lined with supporters, Marcus felt a mix of excitement and nerves. He knew the significance of what they were doing, to stand against injustice and to demand change for generations to come. Unfortunately, he didn't have a warm coat to shield him from the biting wind, leaving him vulnerable to the chilly air that whipped through the crowd. Despite this discomfort, Marcus remained steadfast in his commitment to the cause. His spirit shone bright as he marched alongside others who shared his dreams of a better future. Even as he shivered in his thin clothes, Marcus felt an overwhelming sense of belonging among fellow marchers. Their shared purpose fueled his bravery. He wasn't just fighting for himself but for all those who had been treated unfairly. Each step represented hope not only for himself but for countless others enduring similar struggles. As Dr. King and other leaders inspired the crowd with their powerful messages, Marcus found himself absorbing every word. He realized that this movement could alter the course of history and create opportunities where none existed before. Marcus' determination was a reminder that change often starts with individuals willing to take risks and make sacrifices for something greater than themselves. His presence at this march embodied youthful courage and resilience, demonstrating that even one person can make a difference in the fight for justice and equality. As the march continued under the gray morning sky, the harsh weather conditions became increasingly apparent. The icy wind cut through the air, making it difficult for many participants to focus on the powerful messages being shared. For some, layers of clothing offered some protection against the chill, but for Marcus Hill, each gust felt sharper and more biting. Clad in only thin clothing, he shivered at the front line, feeling the frigid air wrap around him like a bitter embrace. The cold seemed to seep into his very bones, contrasting starkly with the warmth of hope and determination that filled his heart. While many marchers were bundled up against the elements, Marcus's vulnerability reminded others of how deeply impactful this struggle for justice was, not just for him, but for everyone facing hardship and oppression. He continuously pushed through discomfort. He was there to stand for something far greater than himself. Surrounding him were faces filled with resolve, some were old friends and others new faces united by a common purpose. Each step they took together symbolized their shared struggle against injustice. Yet the cold weather made every step more challenging. As slogans rang out and chants ignited spirits, Marcus found strength in knowing that he wasn't alone in his fight. Faced with biting winds and frost that threatened to halt momentum, the determination of those in attendance remained unwavering. Despite their physical discomforts, fierce passion drove them forward. They knew the cause was important enough to sacrifice their comfort, and in doing so, they reminded each other of their collective resilience. This struggle was set against not only social barriers but also nature's challenges, a harsh reminder of how real their fight for freedom truly was. Their bravery shined in these unyielding conditions. It transformed a simple march into an undeniable wave of spirit and solidarity that could not be extinguished by winter's chill. As the march continued, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. moved through the crowd, his eyes scanning the faces of the participants. He was deeply aware of the struggles each individual faced, understanding that many had made significant sacrifices to be there that day. It was then that he spotted Marcus Hill at the front line, visibly trembling in his thin clothes. The sight of this determined young boy confronting the cold inspired a surge of compassion within him. Dr. King's heart went out to Marcus, seeing not just a shivering figure, but a symbol of hope and resilience. Here was a teenager who had walked 10 miles to join a fight for justice, yet was left vulnerable to the harsh elements. This moment showcased Dr. King's remarkable ability to connect with others. He recognized that every participant's discomfort reflected a larger battle against oppression and inequality. Without hesitation, Dr. King approached Marcus and gently removed his own jacket, wrapping it around the boy's shoulders with great care. The act was simple yet powerful, a gesture of warmth amidst the cold that enveloped them all. For Marcus, this kind act from such a revered leader felt like a protective shield against not only the biting wind but also against despair. The surrounding marchers witnessed this touching moment, and it resonated deeply within their hearts. Dr. King's compassion illustrated that true leadership is rooted in empathy and understanding for those around you. This small act became an enduring symbol of kindness during turbulent times, reinforcing the idea that they were all in this fight together. As they marched on, Marcus felt an overwhelming sense of belonging and motivation from Dr. King's gesture. It reminded everyone present that despite their individual struggles, they were united by love and support, elements crucial to their shared quest for justice and equality. In this way, Dr. King's awareness and compassion highlighted the strength found in community during challenging times. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood as a figure of strength and compassion in that pivotal moment, fully aware of the biting cold that cut through the air. As he looked at Marcus Hill, trembling and vulnerable among the crowd, his heart swelled with empathy. He understood that this young boy was not just one individual suffering from the cold but a representation of all those who braved harsh conditions for the sake of justice and equality. In a split second, Dr. King made a choice that would resonate with everyone present. He didn't hesitate, he simply acted on his instinct to help. Gently, he removed his own jacket and wrapped it around Marcus's shoulders. The physical warmth of the jacket contrasted vividly with the chilling winds around them, creating an intimate moment of care that spoke volumes about Dr. King's character. This simple yet profound gesture was a testament to Dr. King's selflessness, revealing how deeply he cared for those who fought alongside him for fairness and dignity. In that act of kindness, he demonstrated that true leadership is not just about powerful speeches or commanding presence, but also about deep empathy for others' suffering. His willingness to sacrifice his own comfort for Marcus highlighted the collective nature of their struggle. The surrounding participants couldn't help but witness this touching exchange, inspiring them in ways words could not capture. It reinforced their commitment to each other and their shared mission by illustrating that they were all united, linked by both hope and compassion. Dr. King's actions turned into a living symbol of solidarity. It showed that acts of kindness can illuminate even the darkest of times. As they continued marching forward, Marcus felt not only warmer but also fortified by Dr. King's gesture. It reminded everyone in attendance of the importance of looking out for one another. Together they were capable of overcoming any challenge as long as they held each other close, both in spirit and in action, in their fight for justice and equality. As the march continued, the emotional impact of Dr. King's gesture rippled through the crowd. When he wrapped his jacket around Marcus Hill, it was more than just an act of physical warmth, it became a powerful symbol of compassion and solidarity. Marcus, who had been shivering and feeling alone in the cold, suddenly felt a surge of hope within him. The simple act reminded him that he was not fighting for justice by himself, there were others who cared deeply about the cause and each other's well-being. Around them, fellow marchers witnessed this touching moment unfold. Many felt inspired by Dr. King's selflessness, realizing that small acts of kindness could have a profound effect on those who were struggling. It sparked conversations among participants, igniting a renewed sense of purpose. They began to recognize that every gesture mattered, whether large or small, and that they could uplift one another even during challenging times. As they marched forward together, the atmosphere shifted. The cold winds seemed less biting as the warmth of community wrapped around them all. People began to share their own stories of struggle and resilience, creating bonds that would last long after the march ended. They realized that their shared commitment to justice was strengthened by their willingness to support one another. For Marcus, Dr. King's act was not just a momentary comfort, it became a turning point in his journey. He felt empowered and motivated to continue fighting for change, knowing that he had allies who believed in him and his cause. The emotional weight of that kindness lingered in the air like a warm embrace amid the cold. This experience highlighted how significant even small acts can be in inspiring hope and fostering unity within a community. It served as a reminder that love and empathy are vital components in any fight for justice, encouraging everyone present to keep pushing forward together, no matter how daunting the road ahead may seem. The moment Dr. King wrapped his jacket around Marcus Hill transcended the physical act of providing warmth, it became a profound symbol of solidarity in a cold world. In that freezing March morning, as harsh winds swept through the streets of Montgomery, the simple gesture represented more than just comfort, it embodied the collective spirit of the civil rights movement. The chilling conditions faced by the marchers mirrored the societal struggles of the time, where many felt vulnerable and exposed to prejudice and injustice. This demonstration of kindness resonated deeply within the crowd, reminding everyone present that community support can provide a vital shield against life's harsh realities. Just as Dr. King showed empathy for Marcus, so too did the marchers uplift one another, reinforcing the idea that they were part of a larger family united in purpose. When individuals come together to support each other, they create a warmth that can pierce through even the coldest circumstances. The symbolism of warmth in this context speaks to the resilience of those who fought for civil rights. Each march, each shared moment of kindness, was a testament to their determination to overcome adversity. It illustrated how small acts could inspire hope in the face of overwhelming challenges. The unity formed during such moments served as fuel for their ongoing struggle, showing that individual hardships could be alleviated through shared compassion and collective action. Dr. King's act not only inspired Marcus but also kindled a flame within all who witnessed it. They realized that standing together, offering support and kindness, could transform their fight into something even greater. The warmth created by their unity was essential for enduring the struggles ahead, emphasizing that love and empathy are powerful tools in transforming a cold reality into one filled with hope and possibility. Together, they were crafting a future where justice and equality were not just dreams but attainable realities for all. The simple act of Dr. King wrapping his jacket around Marcus Hill quickly became a lasting memory for those who witnessed it during the march. This gesture was not just about providing warmth, it represented a deeper meaning of love, unity, and solidarity among diverse groups fighting for justice. In that moment, it captured the essence of what the civil rights movement stood for, a collective struggle against oppression, where each individual's act of kindness could ignite hope and inspire change. For many who marched that day, Dr. King's gesture symbolized the unbreakable bonds formed through shared experiences and struggles. It reminded them that within the fight for equality, hope could flourish even in the coldest and harshest conditions. Participants came from various backgrounds and walks of life, but they were united under a common goal: to create a world where fairness and dignity were afforded to everyone. Dr. King's act transcended race or creed, illustrating the beauty of humanity when individuals choose to care for one another. Over time, this memory became a powerful emblem in the ongoing fight for civil rights. It resonated beyond that freezing morning to inspire countless others who might feel isolated in their struggles. It encouraged people to engage in small acts of kindness within their communities, knowing that these gestures could make a significant difference. Each time someone chose compassion over indifference, the lessons of love and unity reinforced Dr. King's vision for a better world. As the movement progressed, the memory of that moment served as a touchstone for many activists, reminding them that they were part of something greater than themselves. They found encouragement in knowing that kindness, like Dr. King's warmth on that brisk March morning, could bring light even to the darkest corners of injustice. This legacy of empathy and togetherness became essential as they continued to march forward in their quest for justice, ensuring that no one would have to stand alone in their fight. The story of Dr. King's gesture toward Marcus Hill stands as a poignant reminder of the core values that fueled the civil rights movement: kindness, courage, and determination. In that moment, Dr. King not only provided warmth to a young boy in need but also ignited a spark of hope that resonated throughout the crowd. This act illustrates that even in the bleakest of conditions, compassion can triumph over adversity and inspire collective action against injustice. As we reflect on this powerful narrative, it's clear that the lessons we take from Dr. King's actions can still be applied today. The world continues to face challenges, and each one of us holds the potential to make a difference through small acts of kindness. Like Marcus Hill, many individuals may feel vulnerable amidst indifference, yet we can choose to uplift them by standing in solidarity and showing support in meaningful ways. Individual acts of courage can ripple outwards, fostering larger movements for change. When we embody the spirit of empathy exemplified by Dr. King, we remind ourselves and others that no one has to navigate this journey alone. Each step toward justice becomes easier when built upon a foundation of love and support. Today, we are called upon to embrace these values in our everyday lives. Whether it's speaking up for someone who is marginalized or offering a helping hand to those facing difficulties, our determination to advocate for justice must remain steadfast. As communities come together in shared purpose, they become undeniable forces for good, just as those who marched in Montgomery did decades ago. Let us remember the legacy of kindness demonstrated when Dr. King wrapped his jacket around Marcus Hill, a symbol of warmth in a cold world that encourages us all to take action against injustice today. By embracing love and unity, we keep alive the spirit of the civil rights movement and ensure that its mission endures for future generations. Together, let's continue crafting a more just and compassionate world where everyone can thrive.